What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we are continuing our look at all the new cards from Keyforge Age of Ascension by having a look at the new Sanctum cards. I will of course link all the other houses we've looked at in the description. Weirdly, Sanctum has more new cards than any other house. Bit weird. We better get cracking then. Lion Baltrum. It is a 4 power, 1 armor creature with deploy, that new keyword skill that means you don't put it down on a flank, you put it wherever you gosh darn well feel like. And your neighbours get +2 power. That's going to make them feel pretty good. Use this to boost creatures you either want to keep on the field or you want to fight with. It's pretty awesome. Abond the Armor Smith. 3 power, 0 armor. Your other friendly creatures get +1 armor automatically just as a permanent skill, but then you've got an action as well that for the remainder of the turn other friendly creatures gain +1 armor. He never helps himself, he's too busy making armor for other people, but every time you play a Sanctum turn you basically get +2 armor for everybody. That's pretty good. Obeyed the Grim. 4 power, 1 armor. When you play it you capture 3 ember, but when you reap, you discard 1 ember from Obeyed the Grim, one of the ember you captured. Bordan the Redeemed. 3 power, 0 armor with elusive, which means the first time your opponent attacks you, nothing happens. They got to attack you twice. And you've got an action that just captures 2 ember. Captures 2 ember. That's pretty good. Lots of capturing already. We've got Shell the Safeguard. 4 power, 2 armor. It's got that deploy keyword we looked at. And it's got Taunt. Now this is important because Taunt says that your neighbours can't be attacked. You have to be attacked instead. And you can put this wherever you like to protect whoever you like. Golden Aura is an action card. When you play it, you choose a creature. You fully heal the creature. And for the remainder of the turn, the chosen creature is considered to be in-house Sanctum and cannot be dealt damage. So not only do you get to heal a creature, but you get to house cheat, use the wrong house for what you've put active, and be invincible for a turn. That's awesome. Hallowed Shield, an artifact with an action. Choose a creature. For the remainder of the turn, the chosen creature cannot be dealt damage. Oh look, we've got a bit of invincibility going on here as well. And Healing Blast, 1 ember, action card. When you play, fully heal a creature. If you healed 4 or more damage this way, gain 2 ember. The ideal situation here is fight with a creature that will survive while taking 4 or more damage, and then play this to immediately gain 2 ember, except it's not really 2 ember because you get an ember bonus, it's 3 ember. That's pretty sweet. Marok the Marked, 5 power, 1 ember. After Marok the Marked prevents damage with its armor, capture 1 ember for each damage you just prevented. Obviously, you want to combine this with Abond the Armor Smith and be essentially capturing 3 ember a turn. That sounds good. Sir Marrows might look familiar. It is him that you see on the front of the boxes of Age of Ascension cards. 4 power, 2 armor creature. After your opponent gains ember by reaping, Sir Marrows captures it. You capture all the ember your opponent gains by reaping. Now your opponent can take out Sir Marrows and, you know, just get the ember back. But that's why you'd want to play something like Shout the Safeguard to, well, stop your opponent going after it. I don't know how often it will work, but when it does, it's so much fun. Smite. It's an action card. You ready and fight with a friendly creature. Does not say friendly Sanctum creature. And you deal 2 damage to the attacked creature's neighbours. House cheating and extra damage? Yeah, count me in, guys. That sounds fun. The Grey Rider also has this new deployed skill. It's a 2 power, 0 armor creature, and when you play it or fight or reap, you may ready and fight with a neighbouring creature. You're going to get a lot of fighting done when you're playing this. Baron Mengevin. 6 power, 1 armor creature. That's quite beefy. After you discard a Sanctum card from your hand, Baron Mengevin captures 1 ember. So if you've got a bunch of Sanctum cards in your hand you don't mind discarding, you're going to be capturing a lot of ember. Barrister Joya is one of my very, very favourite cards in the entire set. It literally just stops your opponent reaping. We've seen plenty of cards in Wave 2 that stun them after they reap or destroy them after they reap. This just flat out stops them reaping. 5 power, 1 armor is good. No elusive, unfortunately, though there are ways around that. But for as long as this is down, your opponent can't reap. There's lots of reaping hate in Age of Ascension. I think this is the best one. Now, I'm not going to go through them in great detail, but we've got a bunch of ambassador cards. I'm going to deal with them all at once. And this, incidentally, is why we've got so many more Sanctum cards, 5s, than the other houses. So, all of them have elusive. All of them are 1 power, 0 armor creatures. And when you fight or reap, you may play or use a card of the stated house this turn. It's house cheating. And we got Brobnar Ambassador, lets you use or play a Brobnar card. Dis Ambassador lets you play or use a Dis card. Mars Ambassador lets you play or use a Mars card. Logos Ambassador lets you play or use a Logos card. Shadows Ambassador lets you play or use a Shadows card. And Untamed Ambassador lets you play or use an Untamed card. It's house cheating. We like house cheating. Equalize is an action card that gives you an Ember bonus, and when you play it, you redistribute the Ember on friendly creatures among friendly creatures, and then redistribute the Ember on enemy creatures among enemy creatures. The general theory here is extremely simple. Move all the Ember that you've captured to creatures that are going to survive a little bit longer, so your opponent can't get them back, and move all the Ember your opponent has captured to their weaker creatures, so you can destroy them and get them back. Sounds like fun. Free Markets. It's an action card, and when you play it, you gain 1 Ember, up to a maximum of 6, for each house represented among cards in play, except for House Sanctum. Now, it's extremely rare you're going to get 6 here. You would need a Maverick card, because otherwise there'll only be 6 houses, and you'll have 3, and your opponent has to have another 3, but even then, one of yours is Sanctum. So you would need either yourself or your opponent to have a Maverick, which is not one of the 6 houses you both have on your cards, and you've both got 3 separate houses. Usually, you're probably going to be getting like 3 Ember here. Oh, wait. That's amazing. That's Virtuous Works. Yeah, I'm all in favour of this, ladies and gentlemen. This sounds like a very good card indeed. And Virtuous Works was voted on the Facebook poll I put up as the best Sanctum card from Wave 1. Which I suppose was a little bit sad if you think about it. Hadron's Wall. It is an artifact that gives each friendly flank creature +2 power. Now that'll help. Prince Derek Unifier, 4 power, 1 armor. When you play it, you gain 3 Ember if you control creatures from 3 different houses. So maybe there's something weird going on here with you controlling one of your opponent's creatures, but generally here, if you've got creatures from all 3 of your houses down, this gains you 3 Ember. That's good. Roface the Fierce, 4 power, 2 armor creature. It's got Taunt to protect its neighbors, and it's got Hazardous 4. Before you're attacked, you deal 4 damage. So any creature with 4 power or less, taking away the armor, yeah, that won't even get a hit in before it's destroyed. That's pretty good. Anahita the Trader, 2 power, 0 armor creature, and when you reap, you give control of a friendly artifact to your opponent. Now that might sound bad, but if you do, they have to give you 2 Ember. So is it worth giving up the artifact? That's going to help you decide. That's going to be the decision as to whether you use this or not. Bearing in mind it's a reap ability, so if you don't want to use it, don't reap. Eye of Judgment is an artifact, gives you an Ember bonus when you play it, and it's got an action that lets you purge a creature from a discard pile. Could be yours, probably going to be your opponent's. Martyr's End gives you an Ember bonus, and when you play it, you destroy any number of friendly creatures, gaining 1 Ember for each friendly creature destroyed in this manner. Very much reminds me of Hecatomb from back in Wave 1, though Hecatomb destroyed yours and your opponent's disc creatures, and everybody got 1 Ember for each creature destroyed. Mother Norfell, 2 power, 0 armor creature with elusive, and when you reap, you move 1 Ember from a friendly creature to your pool. Now this is huge, because we've already seen how many of these are capturing Ember, And that means that when you capture an Ember, you can move it to your pool and it's yours. Because remember, a creature with Ember on, when that creature gets destroyed, the other player gets the Ember. Opal Knight is a 5-power 0-armor creature, and when you play it, you destroy each creature with even power. That's yours and your opponent's, so this is going to be one of those cards that could be amazing or not, and you've got to pick the right time to play it. Proclamation 346E. Bit of a mouthful. It's an artifact, and while your opponent does not control creatures from 3 different houses, their keys cost 2 more Ember. What I love about this is you can have it in play, and your opponent does have creatures from 3 different houses, and then you just destroy one during your turn, and then they don't, and then their keys cost +2 going into their turn when they want to be forging. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Seraphic Armor is an upgrade with an Ember bonus, and it gives you +1 armor, and when you play it, you fully heal the creature. That's quite good. It's alright. It's quite nice. Good combo with A-Bond. And every house in Age of Ascension has a shard. Sanctum has Shard of Hope. It's an artifact, and when you use it, a friendly creature captures 1 Ember for each friendly shard. I mean, with all of the capturing you do here, probably wasn't particularly difficult to guess that that's what this was going to do. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are all the new Sanctum cards coming out in Age of Ascension. There are a few that jump out to me. I like Sir Marrows, I like Free Market, but the only one that really jumps out to me as a stunning card here is Barrister Joya. But I would like to know what you think, so please do let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk about games. And yes, we talk about Keyforge, but we talk about other games too. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.